Every now and then my local bike shop has a used bike that catches my eye, but I already have a lot of bikes. So that means no matter how much I want one, to add another one to my collection, the local bike shop sometimes has to get inventive with their methods of separating me from my money. I purchased this Excalibur 8 on the same day that I bought the specialized rock hopper that was featured at the end of the Schwinn Boundary videos. My keen-eyed viewers may have noticed it in the background. Those weeks in the basement haven't been a complete waste because I've been able to use that time to come up with some really good plans on what I hope is a very good video, and I really hope a very good experience with the Trek Excalibur 8. Unfortunately, Mother Nature has different plans, and she's ensuring that I can't make it to the trails. But that doesn't mean I can't ride the bike. And for those of you laughing at our 1 inch of snow, trust me, this is a crippling and debilitating snow. The entire city is shut down. And add to that, I don't think I've ridden a bike in the snow since I was a kid. And I haven't ridden this bike in the snow since, well, ever. Surprisingly, I'm not having any problems with traction with these Bontrager 29er tires. They're doing a really good job and making it quite fun to ride around. And even more surprising is that I finally found a 29er that I enjoy and feel confident riding. King Arthur had his Excalibur. It was imbued with magical powers and gave him sovereignty over Great Britain. Maybe this Excalibur is imbuing me with sovereignty over 29ers. One thing's for certain, it's giving me dominion over this snow for sure. And as I mentioned previously, our southern snows tend to cripple entire cities, and that's because they're a wet, slushy mix and we're just not used to them. So we tend to do things like get stuck sideways in the middle of an intersection. But these guys are lucky, because I've shown up on my Trek Excalibur 8 willing to lend a hand. Apparently the bike comes with a free dose of chivalry, and I used all that, giving these guys a free boost to get out of the intersection. What happened to them after that? I don't know. I wanted to get back to riding my bike and I had used up all the chivalry. Well, that's not entirely accurate. I actually helped quite a few cars that day. I'm sure there are tales of a guy riding around on a bike going where cars couldn't. But that doesn't mean that I was immune to slippage, because while those Bontrager tires did a really good job gripping, they did have their limits. Like grass-covered hills, those would give a little bit of slippage. But aside from that, and as long as I had a running go at even those hills, I had no problems whatsoever the entire day. And again, the confidence that I felt on this 29er was really shocking. Trek claims that they're the king of 29ers because they have special geometry that only they have that makes the bike more stable and adaptable for 29-inch wheels. There may be something to that. This is a 2017 year model Trek Excalibur 8. Let's give a closer look at the components and see if all this stacks up to make any difference as to why I like this but I don't like other 29ers. Up top you have the standard fare of Bontrager bars, grips, and the shifters are SRAM X5. Below that we're getting into territory that I've never been in, and that's a modern RockShox Recon front suspension with 100mm of travel and a turnkey lockout. And this is where that geometry I was talking about comes into play, because this is a 51mm offset, and that is what they call the G2 geometry. Connecting all this to the ground are Mustang Elite tubeless ready wheels and Bontrager XR2 tires. You get 29 by 2.2 up front and 29 by 2.0 in the rear. Standard nylon Welgo pedals are going to be the first change that I make on this bike. Those are connected to a SRAM S1000 crankset. The bike also features my preferred sealed bottom bracket type. The SRAM S7 front derailleur goes to work shifting through those two front gears. And in the rear, this bike has one minor upgrade, and that's a SRAM GX, but it's a GX Type 2.1. The beauty of having a 2.1 rear derailleur is that it can not only shift through these rear 10 speeds, but it also has enough tension to handle a 1x front crankset. The stopping power on this bike is provided through a Shimano M315 hydraulic disc brake setup. That's on both the front and the rear. The seat post is a standard Bontrager SSR, and on top of that is a Bontrager Evoque 1.5 saddle that's surprisingly comfortable. For 2017, you have your choice of two colors, red or this black and orange. I'm not sure if it's those components or that G2 geometry or the fact that I've only ridden it in snow that makes me like this over any other 29er. But what I do know is the true test will come when I can get it out on the trail. Might even have some other riders give it a go and see what they think. That'll be coming soon, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching and have a great day.